So the two of you working together can probably start. Let's see how well you guys design. A new setup. Now, what kind of role are we talking about?
Hmm. Uh, oh, there's one that I don't have any dice to assign to.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, isn't it? I like challenges. Because the equipment is, well, actually, it's Truck who's doing the construction. I just have to find the right places. That would make it the equipment.
Yeah.
So
I think you're right about that.
I'm fine.
And since you are working with a partner here, that's 3 dice from me, an appropriate partner. So that's 3 dice, and so that makes 5 without using any pool. I also want to remind everybody, whatever your pool is right now, please add a die.
Oh yeah.
And also, I'm going to guess that some of us have not quite topped up their characters with 15 more words since last time.
You're probably right.
That's a problem. I did. But where does that pool dice that is listed there come from?
And I wouldn't mind taking a few minutes for those words to get added, because especially since I've been playing the pool for now 9 sessions and diligently adding, let's see, 9 times 15. I mean, that's 135 words, right? I mean, I have discovered that there's a nice tipping point when what you're writing and why changes, which I've always looked forward to, and I'm really glad it's happening.
You got my words, but I'm somewhat insecure about the pool dice.
We can just go with what it says and just do it.
Because it says there is one, and I'm not sure there was one left after last session.
Ah.
So I wonder if I edit it. Oh.
Well, you can choose either way. I'm not going to be picky. I mean, we're talking about one pool die. It's not as though,
It's a lot of a difference. No, I didn't. Okay, so that's 2 pool dice.
Oh, wow. You know what? I wrote exactly 15 words without having to edit. That was awesome. All right. My newest line, my newest 15 words is, old and filling his age, Hiver strives to gain the respect of the younger brood. So I might actually turn that gains the respect of the younger brood into a line.
Old and feeling his age is definitely a trait, even if you don't give it a bonus.
Right.
That's
true.
Very definitely a trait.
And we'll put that one down there as a +0.
Yeah. It's always good to not miss those, things that are in the story that you aren't giving bonuses to, that are sort of just floating there as things. Because sooner or later, one that you never thought you'd ever give a bonus to, you decide you really want to.
Right.
And it's also clear that people scan their little stories for traits they might want to use. Sometimes it's good not to miss stuff just because it's not designated.
Like it. Okay. So there you go. Those are my 15 words.
That's awesome. Renee's scribbling, so we'll wait a second.
Scribbling, I think.
No problem.
I'm trying to remember exactly what happened last game, and
there was the business about the scuffle with the remember you almost got mind mind controlled.
True. Yeah, and the younger Hivers were puffing up the chest. Which that's you got to nip that in the bud quick, because you don't want to be the old lion on the way out.
Isn't that more or less what your entire character story is?
It pretty much is. It's I'm gonna have to take that long walk soon. It's where what is it? Every judge has to walk into the cursed earth
Right.
at the end. So yes, I'm almost there, but
Mhm.
I've got one more job.
Mhm.
Oh, that should be a line. Hold on.
Mhm.
That might actually. I'm making notes for the next 15
That's right.
words.
See, that's a good thing. Now we know we're playing the pool. It's like I don't have enough words. Okay, next time. Yeah.
Yeah. Next time it's one more job.
All right, I think I got it. Hatch learns to develop a stronger willpower to cement her place in the hive hatchling hierarchy. So,
Yeah. I hear you.
and I'll throw that in the chat at some point.
Mhm.
Okay.
And those of you with great, big, overwhelming, spilling over, what do I have all these dice for pools? Please feel free to spend them into trait bonuses.
Which
Yeah.
pools?
Yeah, who
Working
would
on
that be? I don't know, but somebody typically has a big one at any given time.
Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and put that. I think I'd put navigate treacherous terrain as a trait.
Okay.
I'm going to put a point into that.
All
so
right,
I'll spend
excellent.
2.
Well, no, you spend one pool for a +1.
Yes, 1
Right.
pool for a +1.
All right. As Jim Morrison says, is everybody in? Is everybody in?
That's right. All right. So let's see where these dice fall.
Okay. Helma's got her roll. And I'm interested to know, are you planning, Jerry, on going out there? Is that still in the books, or is that something you're waiting on?
No, that's well, if Hida has it under control here with Strut, then
Yes. That part,
then
yes.
then yes, some of the other older ones I'll say, hey, even though I know that's not your job. Oh man, it's hard for me. I lost all my notes. I don't know where I put them all.
Oh no.
But I did. I looked through all of them. I couldn't find them, so now I got to make new notes. But have them, hey, keep an eye on the queen and the little ones over there, and I'll take a couple other little drones with me. Get them out there, and it's like, yeah, let's go. And I will walk down the side of the
Your
cliff.
little floaty drones that are around you a fair amount of the time, they're fewer in number than usual, and they have an alarming tendency to, sort of shed pieces once in a while. So.
Oh, well, yeah, just keep it together. Just keep it together. We're going to get you in a nutrient pool soon. Trust me. It's all going to work out. So yeah, I'll throw a couple other little ones on my back and, tell, what is it, Hatch? Let's go.
Okay, so an expedition of about 6 hivers total, I would say.
Yep. Yeah, it's not too many, because if this does go sideways, I don't want to be like, oh no, we just lost 15.
Right.
Yeah, just small and just enough to get there and enough to get back with the stuff.
Okay, navigating is going to be a little tricky because you don't have Hita with you. So therefore, I suggest you may need a little bit of rolling regarding your entire orientation about getting there and back. Let alone what happens there. But right now I want to know, how well do you manage the trip of where to get and how well you'll be oriented for getting back. You've done it once.
Okay.
It won't be that hard. But
right.
it's dangerous out there, and this isn't your skill set.
That's right. Well, as all hivers, I have my photo olfactory navigation. So
Yes, you do.
Some
you
put
do.
their ears to the ground. We put, I guess, our noses and eyeballs to the ground and just kind of look for the trail that we came from and
3 dice from
try
me.
to find our way.
3 dice because you have done it recently. That's true. And so whatever the trait is, and then any pool dice.
I'll take 1 pool die, my +1 for the trait, and your 3 dice, 5 dice.
Huma, go ahead and roll.
Miss.
Yes, as I did too. I did not get anything. So.
Oh, is that so?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is there anything Hatch can do? Like Hatch is always watching, like
Right.
the adult Hivers.
So let's hold on here because we haven't actually seen him get lost yet.
True.
So and Helma, did you say you have no ones?
No ones.
Oh my God, that's not so good. Well,
No,
you guys
it's not
spend a fair amount of time planning out everything, and at present it looks great. At present, it seems just right that you have. At present it seems just right. You, much like your character last night, thought that the shelter that they had found seemed just right, for the same reason. So, this sets things up nicely. We have you two working away. The nutrition sustenance, Hiver sustenance, right, is busy. You mentioned a nutrient pool. So a nutrient pool has been formed and a whole bunch of gunk has been regurgitated into it where it's supposed to brew. So that's happening inside the shelter. But Struct and Hita are busy surveying and planning and actually starting a little bit of construction-y stuff. The failure comes when you designate a particular one of the support boulders of a particular area as unnecessary to the integrity of this particular tunnel.
Yes.
And so, therefore, Struct gets to work dislodging it, and all seems to be going well when the boulder is mostly pulverized, and the two of you are sort of planning, well, then that means that conduit or that pipe can go right there. And just as you're saying that, there's a hideous grinding noise, and you discover yourselves cut off from the shelter area in the system of tunnels over there. So there you are with Struct in the dark. Well, you were in the dark, but that doesn't matter to you because of all the photo olfactory whatnot.
The dark isn't the problem.
The dark isn't the problem, but the problem is
the pride is hurt.
Oh yeah. And I think there's
don't know about Struct, but
no, he's got one thing to say, which is kind of a resigned, well, that's how it goes, kind of whoops.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And so then over to continue my required task of narration, it is Hatch, and I don't think any roll is necessary for this, who will, as Protector-Annihilator is busy marking out the path and saying, okay, it's this way, we came this way, and scuttles over something, and Hatch is like, we most certainly did not. So that's your situation. And then unfortunately the large, dangerous, and opinionated older Hiver is,
right,
determinedly saying, well, it didn't seem so steep on the way up, did it? Well, come on.
That's right. Why don't you just get out and ask someone?
Right. Yeah.
Never.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And plus, this place, it rains a lot. The weather conditions could have changed the surface. I'm sure this is the right way. Keep up.
Nods vigorously.
Right. Oh, and the mulch regulator or monitor takes care of the nutrition.
Well, no, we already said that. They're back there in the shelter making the nutrient pool,
right,
which is
giving
off a variety of interesting odors.
Well, yeah, I'm just creating names for them. I'm trying to
right.
come up with names.
No, I
But
decided
yeah.
to call that one. What did I say? It wasn't nutritionist. It was
No, sustenance.
Sustenance. Right.
Which I like. Which is why I already wrote it down.
That's why you wrote it down. Well, then I guess it must be true.
I know. Yeah. What am I having to say now?
That's right.
Okay.
Well, yeah, I'm still heading on. This is the right way. Heading through these crevices, over this perilous pit, past this, I don't know, this little lava pool or whatever steam pool coming up.
Well, also, I mean, the terrain is very frightful, as we have mentioned. And if we look at the pictures that I provided, something about this pathway has taken you up and around instead of down and through. And so right now you are within these phenomenal rock spires, right, that I have mentioned sort of crest this large, kilometers and kilometers and kilometers wide expanse of pseudo mountain. So these,
right.
they're studded with these pillars sticking up, these vertical boulders, kind of irregularly on the sides, and then they are more and more and more common until the top looks like a forest of, stone spikes. And you have found yourself in that forest of stone spikes toward the top, which means, as I mentioned, that it attracts the lightning. And so, therefore, right about that point, a bolt of Jehovah, strikes the stones, and hideous amounts of, sort of WMD levels of energy, radiant energy, is transmitted into this rock or whatever it is, and the ones nearby it, and is transmitted in arcs across others, and the atmosphere above doing that terrible funneling, I've got more where that came from.
Right.
Look to it.
That's right.
Perhaps even with horizontal arcs of the same energy going from cloud to cloud up there, may let you know that indeed maybe this isn't the comfiest place to be.
I had to come up here to get a vantage point. It's that's the only way we can see this entire valley through here.
Sure, there isn't a cloud cover between the bottom and where you are.
Yeah, Hatch, can you smell anything?
Yeah,
I'm assuming.
We need to get out of here.
Now, do I realize that we're lost, or am I still, heading on?
Well, given the failed roll,
am I starting?
You're pretty sure that this particular alternate route. If you just go here and go there, it'll be fine. I mean, you can't really be lost, obviously. I mean, duh.
Right.
But on the other hand, clearly you got off a little, and if only, a little more orientation, maybe that way will do it. In other words, you are lost as shit and slightly not quite able to spit it out.
Right. Okay. Then what we need to do is we need to start making landmarks, or doing that thing where we kind of run in circle around some spot to, like, this is a new landmark. And from here we can try to find the next one.
You have yourself at least about all of the Hivers that are my characters have kind of decided that maybe anywhere but here is better. And as you're issuing, instruction, you're discovering that your audience is dwindling to absent.